Okay, Kevin Kless here to go over the new implemented requirements for laptops for telecommuters. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go by step about each of these specifications which you have in front of your printout, which you got from the requirement list, and I'll go through how the best way to do this, which is by using different configurators that are available on the internet, and also at the same time being able to do your own research on each component. Now, I have used one of these typical. You could use any one you want. You can either use Dell. There's also AVA Direct. There's all sorts of different configurators out there. In this one, I'm particularly using CyberPower PC, which is highlighted up here. Um, Now, what you can see here is that I've assembled the system here, which has met all the specifications. We have essentially, this is designed around the biggest component here, which is based on the graphics card, because the requirement was for a Radeon graphics card. The Radeon graphics card was 6620, which I have here, and has the average G3D benchmark. This is based on a third-party observer video benchmark.net. It gives a 563. Right now, the standards here are at 6673, so it's about 100 times more powerful. But going back here to each of the specifications here. Now, the first one that we're supposed to be looking at here, this is obviously going to be Windows 7 Home Premium System, so it's going to be 64 bits, and the minimum processor spec which we have that's going to be required is 1.5 gigahertz. Unfortunately, we can't give you a display of the actual quad-core processor, but going through these different selections here, that can be on either one of these configurators, either right here, Cyber Power PC, also AVA Direct, and also Dell actually has their own optimizer here where you can actually pick the different processors. But you can always go back to the actual processor manufacturer. Say, for instance, here you could do this for Intel. You could also have something here for AMD. So you can actually get the actual model number of the processors, and you can go through and see the specs, power consumption, how many cores it has, and essentially also how much cache is available too. That is, within the specs right there also. Okay, but getting back to our nice little PC here, laptop PC that we came up with. Um, the next step here after the processor is actually the memory here. We were looking at here a DDR3 SDRAM, which is on your requirement specs here. Coming to the industry standard right now. Let's go back to the spec sheet that I configured here for you as an example. Um, Here we're going back down here to RAM. We have about 8 gigabytes here for the system, which has been selected, and which is also can run in two channel here. And this actually goes to DDR 1600, which is the fastest standard right now. Now, as far as hard drives, right now it's actually difficult to actually get a 5400 RPM. You actually have to pay a little bit more to get closer to the specs that the requirements is asking. The current solid state right now, solid state is actually the best way to go here to actually load up large files very quickly with write speed. But just for a 7200 terabyte one, which has come standard for this particular model, should more than suffice. The idea about the RPMs is pretty much how fast you can write to your files, how quickly you can get access. Obviously, more RPMs, getting more read-write speed, and SSD solid state is by far the best. Going more into storage here, we have the ability to get a optical drive here. Here we have selected here just for an extra $44, we can get a Blu-ray 6 times reader, DVD burner, super multi-drive display right here. Getting back to the picture of our little laptop here, we can see it's highlighted here like on the side, so it comes up very nicely. Um, Now, displaying graphics, once again, we already went over the different pass marks for the different graphics cards. Obviously, right here, the R929X right here is a very superior graphics card and is much better than the other one that's available. I've also heard that ATI also has better cooling performance than actually NVIDIA, however, though I'm sure there's a lot of debate about that. Okay, now networks and communications. Um, Going back here, pretty much the standard Wi-Fi configured in here has like a built-in standard Wi-Fi and also a standard network card. Has can go up to 1,000 MMPS, which is more than enough. Now, the graphics card also includes Bluetooth combo, which is at no extra charge, and also includes BGNN capability. System also includes a built-in high-definition webcam, which is usually located at the top of the laptop. The system includes also headphone jacks and also built-in microphone with a microphone jack. Also on the same screen, you can see it has a lot of access to different USB ports, both on the sides and also on the back. You can also see that it has a 4-in-1 card reader here, which suffice for the to be able to read the SD cards. Going back to software here, we have the Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit edition, which we can get, and we can also get the Office suites if we decide to, whether a home student option. Also, the starter kit, you could download that on its own too, so you don't necessarily have to get that with a particular laptop manufacturer. You can see at this website, and you can always pause this briefing at any time to get these different websites or email me. The system does have a very nice backlit keyboard, which is built in with a nice touchpad. Also has various other features here, as far as ergonomics. So once again, there's a built-in camera, also more backlighting too with quick buttons. This particular system actually has a 9-cell lithium-ion battery pack, which provides 11.1 volts. Also 7,800 milliamps per hour, yielding a 87 watt-hours. Now going back to some views of our system here. Going back here has a nice bright display. There's a nice side view that gives a overall three-dimensional aspect of it. It has a nice hard shell case for ruggedness. You can see, once again, you can see the quick buttons out there on the front with indicators and input parameters there also. You can see also it gives a full numeric keypad also, which is a nice feature to have. Here, once again, you can see some of the ports on the side, some of the nice little lighting features. There's a nice camera, and overall looks like a pretty nice system. Now, as stated before, I've showed you an overall system here with the specific components and how you can select these different options. Once again, you don't have to use CyberPower PC. You can actually use Dell has a nice configurator here. You can see you can select different screen sizes, hard drive sizes, and video cards. This overall was just to show you how which each component does and what it can do. For instance, right here, this is AVA Direct, which is another customizable laptop configurator. And so you can select your different aspects right here. And if you always get lost too, a lot of these also have help features. Dell's actually pretty nice on that. Also, when you go through here, say for instance, you can select this. You could say, ask, help me choose. So it gives you a different explanation of what each one of these does. And also, but always these different sites right here, this is what I really wanted to show you, is these Passmark benchmarks, so you can actually shop around and get an idea of actually what you're going to get. So once again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and best luck hunting for your telecommuter PC. Thank you.